My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And we're also giving away $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets, signs up with one of our 5 betting partners, and makes a deposit, will get $50 from us. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. And this is brought to you by EarnU.io. EarnU.io is the world's first sports and esports prediction game, allowing you to earn crypto risk-free. Check it out now at EarnU.io. Next up, at UFC Vegas 55, we have Joseph Holmes taking on Alen Amedovski. Joseph Holmes is 7-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, coming off a loss in a short notice UFC debut. Alen Amedovski is 8-2 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, riding a 2-fight loss streak and a 3-year layoff. Joseph Holmes, he's coming off that short notice loss to Jamie Pickett in his official UFC debut, but he did have some success in that fight and ultimately lost because he gave up 2 takedowns. He's a massive 6'4" with an 80-inch reach, but he tends to stand upright, and he doesn't really use that reach as well with his striking as he does with his grappling. Holmes can be low volume at times, but when he does engage, he likes to stick and move until he can wrap you up and work a takedown. On the ground, he's a solid brown belt, and he controls really, really well. Alen Amedovski was undefeated coming into the UFC, but he lost his first 2 fights, and now he's been on the shelf for 3 full years. And Alan's a powerful striker who chases knockouts. He does have holes in his grappling game that have been exploited in the past, but we've yet to see any grappling or wrestling whatsoever from him in the UFC. And Joseph Holmes is my pick here. I like him in this fight. I love his size. I love his versatility. He can strike and he can grapple. He had 2 takedowns on the Contender Series, and when he threatens to grapple, it really opens up his hands, and we talk about that a lot on this show. I wish he had more volume, but I still trust him to win. My only concern here is a 3-year layoff. Those can go either direction, right? Alen Amedovski could come out and it could be like, why are you still fighting? That you look awful. Or he can come out and he used those 3 years to make improvements, plug holes, rededicate himself and do all that. So 3 years is always a big question mark. But with that being said, Holmes is the pick. I'm probably not going to bet anything on this fight. Jackie boy, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a interesting fight to say the least, because Joseph Holmes, dangerous on the ground, but on the feet he leaves something to be desired. He was getting some good strikes off against Pickett, but as you mentioned, kind of a little bit stiff, chin up a little bit, hands low, and against a guy that we have no idea how he's going to show up. Holmes is going to be the play in this matchup. Because of the layoff, we don't know, but I mean, I would stay away from Holmes and basically everything, except maybe like some submission plays. I know some people were talking about Joseph Holmes by submission bet. We saw I was trying to look at tape for Allen. Back the last fight only lasted 17 seconds. Then I look, Christoph Jotko, a 3-round decision. That must have been a good back and forth battle. I'm interested to see the striking in this. Do you know what the striking numbers were for that fight?
No, what?
111 for Jotko to 6 for Allen. In a 3-round decision, he had 6. He was like I was like scanning through that. He was in a crucifix, just getting beat on. I mean, the holes in his ground game are so wide from what we've seen from 3 years ago that Joseph should be able to get this fight to the ground and just do whatever he wants on the ground. But if this was on the stand-up, I have no idea what kind of Allen is going to show up. And maybe in those 3 years, he worked on his takedown defense. Maybe all of a sudden he got a black belt and something crazy happens. I would stay away from this fight completely. If you had to pick, obviously Holmes is going to be the play because he's been fighting and he actually looks like he knows what the hell he's doing in there, unlike Allen in his last couple fights. So the pick is Holmes, but I'm staying away from this completely. Too many question marks.
Yeah, I think we're pretty aligned here, but $8,800, that's a lot to spend. I actually may end up spending it, but that is a lot to spend because reality is Joseph Holmes also has no wins in the UFC. Neither one of these guys have a win in the UFC. I guess Holmes has Contender Series, but still. You agree?
Someone just said that Allen has been training with Hamzat, so so I'm definitely picking Allen, and I don't know if that's true, but if he has, then it's a good person to train with. You saw how good Darren Till's about to be the champ,
exactly,
and he's been with Hamzat for 3 months.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Are you gonna throw Holmes in your DraftKings lineup? Or you're avoiding this entirely.
Nah, I'm gonna stay away from this completely.
No, okay. And then Alen Amedovski, 26 strikes. And it's funny because it's got to be, it's so low, but it's got to be because he only landed 6 in his last fight.
Well, his last 2 fights. The last fight lasted 17 seconds and a 3-round decision. He literally landed 6 strikes. So, yeah, this is such a question mark. If I had to say anything, I'd probably play more, I guess. But, I mean, it's just throwing darts.
Yeah, I agree. It is throwing darts, especially because Joseph Holmes is such low volume as well. So I'm not touching Monkey Knife Fight, but check it out. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. And if you want 50 free bucks that you can use at Monkey Knife Fight or anything else you want, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit, let us know after you do, and we send you. Thank you.